Okay, I'm checking the microphone. I think the volume's okay. If the volume's not okay for the game, like, someone let me know. Maybe I should adjust my microphone a little more. Let's see. I hope it's fine. I adjusted it a little bit more. I'm just gonna listen back and see. Alright, for the life of me, I can't friggin' tell. Hopefully the microphone's okay. Alright, so I was actually talking before the stream even started, because I thought that it started. Like, originally I scheduled it for 1 p.m. I thought I did, and then it turned out I scheduled it for 12:45, and then around like 12:53 I just started, like, I hit stream, and I started talking, but I did not hit go live. So, yeah, I was talking for like a few minutes, thinking that I was streaming, and I wasn't, so, yep. Anyways, I'm gonna play this game today. So, hi, thank you for coming to this stream. Here is Wings. I'm gonna show off the model really quick. I drew it, I rigged it, I animated it myself. Tail wagging, wings moving, whatever. Quick expression showcase. What the hell did I just click? All right, crying eyes there. Crying eyes, angry, sparkly, kira, whatever, confused, everything at once, yang deer, a white wave, and let's cry too. And it all combines and goes haywire. Yeah. So that's my model. Anyways, so we're gonna play this classic visual novel game. I had to reschedule from yesterday because there was just constant power outages. So, yeah. Anyways. So this, how the hell? See, I'm forgetting what I set to what for the expressions. To disable the crying animation I made. I think I set it to cap 8. Yeah, okay, there. GG. Okay, that worked. Alright. So this visual novel game is supposed to be a classic because it came out like in the 90s, and I don't know anything about it. I'm assuming it's a shoujo. I'm expecting lots of cliche, stereotypical type stuff, except I'm expecting that just because this is a bit older, and, or I guess let's not call it old, we'll call it classic, and it's more classical. And yeah, so expecting a lot of that stuff, like classic stereotypical shoujo tropes. So like toast and mouth running, bumping into someone, and romance from that there. This is just a demo of it because I'm broke. So yeah. Anyways, why is this partly cut off? Oh, okay, there, I fixed it. GG. I can't read this well. I can read a bit of kanji, but that's it. Totemo uresh. What? Uresh, not ureshi. I can't read that kanji. I think I know the word for this. Yeah, I think I know it. It's not jawase. It's I forget the word actually. Sorry, I kissed my teeth there. Hopefully that was not like ear grinding. If you hear noise in the background, I live with family and stuff, so yeah. Let's see, I was so happy to the point where I'd sometimes take it for granted. But then I'd remember. Yes, some like jackass is starting to cut grass outside. We're in like a giant industrial like thing, yeah. And give it small things for being blessed with such a happy life. Konna. I can't remember that word. Splashing through puddles and getting mud on the cuffs of my pants was only one part of the happiness. So I'm guessing this is like nostalgia, like childhood memories being recalled or something like that. I would close my window. Hopefully the noise from that lawnmower outside is not heard, but I broke the handle for it. So, yeah, that's not gonna happen. So my window is just like stuck open. Unless I get like, what the hell's that wrench? That thing's called? It's not a wrench, but it looks similar. Channel thing. Channel clippers? Some people call it that. Yeah, some people call it that. I'll go with that name, whatever. Unless I use that and just like grind it, but it's gonna scrape some of the metal off, whatever. I'll just leave it. I always assumed it would last forever. Yeah, I thought that that window handle would have lasted. It did not. It did not. I'd be splashing in puddles for the rest of my life. Is this like a childhood regret thing? I assumed I'd be collecting little snapshots of happiness forever. They all came crashing down in an instant because nothing lasts forever. The black pill. Back then I had no idea that such sadness could exist. Shiranakatanda. I had no idea. Eien wa aruyo. Forever exists. Forever is. That's what she said. It exists here. I know that's what she said. And that world where eternity exists is where I am right now. Dude's saying he's in heaven. He's saying he's like, I mean, I was gonna quote an anime, but it might be a spoiler, even though the anime's a little old. I'll just say he's like that one girl from that dark magical girl show. The way they roll the credits, it's like I can't tell if I finished the demo or if it just started. Like, I'm not too sure. I like the music. It's nice. And I like the animation. Very clearly they updated it from the... I guess it originally came out in the 90s and they updated the graphics, not just re-released it. Which makes sense and is appreciated. You see this old style, like anime style. Those are like big windowy eyes. Don't see that too much in animes nowadays. More like ones mid-2000s and earlier. This song is a banger. I love the visuals for it too. It's really nice. Yeah. I dropped the game volume a little bit. I love the visuals for it. It reminds me of something I can't remember. Was it Flip Flappers? Or no, Flip Flappers is more weird. Hmm. So who made this game actually? I did not check who this game is actually by. It's a classic one. The only like visual novel company I know of is Key. Because they made like my favorite anime and a visual novel actually based off of it. A few other like, I would say historic ones. I actually have not seen Clannad. I've never seen Clannad. People have told me to watch it and I still haven't watched it. After like years and years. Shoomp. I don't even know what that sound effect is. That sounds like something out of like a Mario game or something. Like, to be honest. Also, just in case, I'm going to check the volume one more time. Just to see how it is. Just in case. I think I might be tired because I realized I muted my system, so I could not. And I could not hear it back, actually. Anyways. With an ear-splitting sound, the world turns white. Or more like, it hurts to open my eyes. Or more like, it's dazzling, what the frig? I can't pronounce this. Or more like, it's dazzlingly bright. Ora, okinasai yo. Okinasai. Like commanding him to get up. Alright, it's morning. That explains why it's so bright. Fold and wake up. Stay down, damn it. It's not that easy to get up even when someone tells you to. I shouldn't really even be asleep to begin with, though my half-dozing mind wonders if perhaps this quiet place, which exists in that still conscious space between light and deep sleep, is where one finds the most comfortable of naps. Zzz. This time, my body feels lighter, as if I'm being sucked into a gust of wind. Not lighter, but more like colder. Or maybe my blanket's just gone. Wake up already. Never. No, I had to get up, whatever. Woken up by, I'm guessing, the childhood best friend. Better get up. Man's like, I can't fake a coma forever. This time everything suddenly goes dark as my pillow suddenly vanishes. The way he describes it, he's like, what is this mysterious, cosmic interference happening around me? Oh, I'm suddenly cold. Oh, the thing I laid my head on, it's suddenly gone. Mysterious. Like someone call Scooby-Doo. He's like, did he say he's dying? Man's like, I'm cold. I feel so uncomfortable. This must be death. It's like, nah, someone just took the blanket off you and pulled the pillow from under your head. You're finally up. I have to adjust my mic settings a bit more. I like the way my voice sounds in the stream and stuff is not as baritone as it should sound compared to real life. Also, I feel like my voice is like more baritone in recordings than in streaming. Then again, when I stream, I sometimes speak in like a slightly higher and softer tone. But that's, I think, partly because I'm just speaking faster and I'm like taking less air. I take several deep breaths to return color to my oxygen-deprived, monochromatic world. As my room comes into focus, so does the person standing by my bed. When I look up, I see a girl wearing a school uniform. Oh, she's like, oh my gosh, a burglar. It's like, whoa, why is a mysterious yet beautiful girl waking me up so early in the morning? I press myself back against the wall behind me in surprise. It's like, what are you going on about? Ah, yes, this is classic anime style. The giant window-like eyes. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest, but it does look great. It's a cup of tea, just not my cup of tea. The beautiful stranger, but it's still like really great artwork, obviously. The beautiful stranger walks over to the open window. A look of disgust on her face and my blanket in her hands. I say that because, I said the line because that's what like the dude just said, but the line before that, which I said, which is not part of the visual novel, which was my own speech. I said because sometimes when people don't like something, they disregard it as bad, but just because you don't like it, that doesn't mean it's bad, right? Like there's many different cups of tea. One cup of tea might not be to your liking, might be to someone else's. Might have like a few cups of tea, but there might be one that stands out among them. That's all, right? Same with like relating it to art designs. The beautiful stranger walks over to the open window, a look of disgust. Oh, I just read that. It's like I was just joking. The beautiful stranger, the joke's probably getting old, huh? Tosses my blanket over the edge of my bed before patting it lightly with her hand. You're never going to find yourself a wife at this rate. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Maybe you just need to find a strong-willed woman, someone who can drag you down the path of life. It's like hint as she drags him out of bed. How did she even get in there? She'd like break in? It's like, no, I didn't break in to rob the place or to attack you or anything. I just broke in to woke you up. Because, you know, your alarm clock's busted. Sneakily grabs the alarm clock and like smashes it on the ground. It's like, yeah, no, it was already like that, you know? Kira. Yeah. Anyways. So come on, if you don't get ready now, you'll be late, she says while shooing me out of bed. Probably so she can roll up my futon. You can be a real hard ass sometimes, you know that? Ben's like, you're making my life difficult. All she did was wake him up. Dude's like, I can't take it. I leave the room with my uniform and bag under my arm. I have to adjust my mic settings. I also want to put out like a song cover, but I have to adjust my mic settings and I don't really know how to do that well optimized. Anyways, I muted for a second. Sorry for any background noise there. People don't shut up even when I tell them I'm gonna stream and stuff. So I need to move out. Anyways. I can't remember what I was saying. Anyways. When I go downstairs, I accidentally skipped that. Yukiko most likely let Nagamori in as she was leaving the house to go to work. I think he's still awake, so go wake him up. I think he's still asleep, so go wake him up, or something. Give me 1 sec. Okay. I'm back. Just went out for a second. I went to tell my sister to be quiet, and like, it's hilarious because she had headphones on, so but she was being loud, so I told her to be quiet, and I scared the shit out of her when I did. And it's funny because she was holding my nephew, and like he just started laughing at her right after. Yeah. Anyways. Our relationship is what the hell is that word? I've never heard of that in my life. Perfunctory at best. I'm not the only person living here, but you'd never know that with how rarely she's actually around. Because she's so busy with work. She seems to view the house as nothing more than a glorified bedroom, and her personal life is practically non-existent. I'm fine with that. It just makes things easier for me. Breakfast laid out on the table, so I grab what I can and stuff my face. With that done, I'm about to head to the bathroom to wash up when Nagamori reappears. She's like, "You're almost late. You need the toast. Just run." And it's like I need to pamper myself before I go out. The world is not ready for me yet. It's like, why put off what you can do today? Don't wait up. It's like, you're really going to do it. I can help if you're being serious. Not a chance in hell. She lets out a clearly exasperated sigh. I'm starting to think it's a dumb idea to be late over a joke that wasn't even funny in the first place. Shall we? I stand up and head to the front door. I step outside and stretch. My breath floats like a white cloud in front of my face. Come on, hurry up. She pushes against my back. Time to go? Yes. I look at my wristwatch. I see. We're never gonna make it in time unless we run. Iterun janai. That's what I told you. We leave my front yard and just begun running. Track and field stars in the making. Watch, they just like run to school, and like the gym teacher is there and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I am recruiting you. Get on the track and field right now. The track and field. Is this like streaming? Wait. Okay, I need to check something because my OBS is being weird. Okay, I need to check something. That's so weird. Because I'm live on YouTube, but OBS did not say I was live. Okay, I don't understand that, but whatever. Hopefully the volume's okay. If it's not, someone just, let me know or something. If anyone's here, if not, then well, I'll just hope for the best. If we can keep this up, but without slowing down, we should make it. Nagamori is right behind me. I've grown used to seeing this same scene every morning, but it's pretty strange when you think about it. Like, what I mean is, okay, if even one link in the chain of events that led to this moment went missing, we wouldn't be here. We passed countless forks in the road. The chance of us never getting here was always pretty high, and yet here we are. On the other hand, you'll always end up somewhere, and maybe you'll always end up thinking like this. And yet, when I think of my own life, the way our paths crossed still seems fortuitous. I lost my parents at a young age, at which point I went to live under the care of my aunt, Yukiko. I had no friends, in a place I didn't know. I was very young, and suddenly in what might as well have been a foreign country. A place where I didn't even speak the language. And that's when she appeared. I like that, like, music. Was that like a saxophone or something that kicked in? I don't know. Well, when I was in middle school, I played the trumpet a little. For like music class. I was brooding in my room as usual when I heard a knock on my window pane. Bang! The hell? My room's on the second floor. What? Is someone throwing rocks or something? Like... Bang! There it is again. Like, is this some kind of joke? Well, I'm sure they'll get bored soon enough. Bang! But no matter how long I waited, the knocking continued. Wherever it is, doesn't give up, huh? I opened my window so I could peek out and see the culprit. Watch the rock hit someone in the face. As soon as I did that, bonk! I called it. Classic. A large rock hit me square between the eyebrows. I immediately squatted down, gingerly nursing my sore head. See, I know this. I haven't played a lot of visual novels, but I played a few. I've like watched so much anime. I know like these classic tropes. I can predict it with a 90% accuracy, right? Arguably, possibly, probably. It's like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I heard someone's surprised shout from below. What in the world are you doing? I shouted angrily as I leapt to my feet, gently holding my swollen forehead. I never actually meant to hit you. A girl standing on the other side of the fence yelled out an apology. She looked vaguely familiar, probably someone in my class. I continued to make her feel guilty. It's like, damn, you hurt me physically, so I will hurt you emotionally. You will feel bad for what you did to me. It really hurts. It's like, I'm sorry. That should be enough, right? That was a real mean prank. I was just trying to get your attention. I only wanted to ask you to come out and play. Usotsuki. Liar. It's like, I'm not lying. You'd better get ready because I swear I'll make you rue the day you were born. What? I'm not lying. Alright, so who's this? Shortly after that, Nagamori came chasing after me, and I've been picking on her ever since. Oh, that was a flashback. I thought that was a different girl for a second. I don't flip her skirt up, I do pull her underwear down. What the frick? And instead of hiding her shoes, I just give her more by taking other people's. Then there's the classic lunchtime table flip, an incredibly complex maneuver that involves flipping her desk during lunch. The dude sounds like a dickhead, what the frig? And then just runs up while she's eating lunch and just like flips the table and then like friggin' pantses her, like what the frig? Now that I think about it, I'm actually pretty mean to her. Yeah, you think? And yet despite it all, we're friends. That's probably why thinking about the path that brought us here is touching in a way. Kohe, Mae, move. Oh my god. Does she see me as nothing more than someone she can order around? What was it? Was it Truckman? What the hell? What the hell was that animation? It was like a freaking old school Dragon Ball Z game where like a villain suddenly appears. Like, but then again, to be honest, that was just the look of it. Like, this sound, this music, I could not imagine like a villain showing up to this. That would be wild. Like a villain just shows up to this kind of music. It's like jazzy funk music. No, I can't see that. That would be weird. The heroes would be like left stunned. They wouldn't know what to do. Be wide open for an attack. I managed to brace myself just in time, though the other guy takes a magnificent tumble before rolling head over heels across the ground. Compared to the other guy, actually the other girl who's currently face down on the ground, damn, thought the girl was a dude. I realized I, still steady on my feet and ready to run again, might look like the villain. You're making me feel like this is somehow my fault. 当然でしょう. She's angry. She does not look angry, but she's angry. She's like... She's angry without looking angry. The still prone girl snaps, lifting her head to face me. She is about my age and very clearly enraged. What do you mean what he did? What this jerk did? You mean he dodged you? She continues, turning to Nagamori, who's behind me. Kohe warui kana. Tabun. Wait, what did he even do? I don't, like... What even happened? Alright, whatever. Just sure. It's not outside the realm of possibility. It's like, I'm not saying I did it, but... I'm here. It's like, you're an accomplice? Nagamori. He's like, you can handle this, alright? I'm in a hurry. It's like, what do you mean we're going to the same place? I ignore her and rush off. I dash through the school's front gate, heading straight for the shoe rack. Yes, they change shoes. Going in outdoor shoes. Did she ditch the other girl? Aren't they all in the same school? She arrives as I'm changing into school shoes. So you ran away too? Are you for real? None of that was my fault in the first place. Well, I'm sure it's fine. She clearly doesn't go to our school, so I'm sure we'll never see her again. Yo, that means they're gonna see her again. As the bell echoes through the halls, I head to class. The contrast between her appearance and actions was pretty extreme. Just before I step inside, I notice my homeroom teacher at the end of the hall. Ja, see ya. She sets her bag down next to her seat, which is by the door. I head over to my seat by the window, exchanging a few words with friends along the way. The substitute homeroom teacher appears, and thus the scene is set. The students who'd still been standing, taking their seats, looking bored. I glance out the window while waiting for the teacher to begin speaking. But that's where things take an unexpected turn. The guys in the class begin buzzing with excitement. What's going on? I turn my attention back inside, and I can't believe it. It's the girl from before, of course. To my surprise, our bearded homeroom teacher has become a cute young girl. What? Oh, she's the teacher? What? See, I expected her to be there, but like I didn't expect her to be the teacher. Well, I was close. Wait, what? So she's not the teacher? Old Beardy struggles to quiet the class, which erupted into pandemonium. Oh, she is a new student. I called it right. Okay. So I did call her right. Come to think of it, I vaguely remember him saying something like that. New student, something. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Everyone immediately shuts up. With that, the new girl opens her mouth. Nanase Rumi desu. Upon closer inspection, I realize she seems oddly familiar. Wait a minute, it's the girl who ran into me this morning. I glance over at Nagamori, who's nodding at me. That said, she seems like an entirely different person than earlier. Does her quiet and calm demeanor make that much of a difference? She's transferred at a random point due to her parents' work situation. I was pretty anxious at first, but it seems like everyone's fairly laid back, which is a huge relief. Her adorable manner of speaking is only further inciting the guys into a frenzy of joy. They're all simps. They're dancing on the desks? What the freak? The hell? She bows her head. The guys in the room immediately erupt into raucous cheers of greeting. Beside the main character, Beardy looks in my direction. Orihara, there's a spare desk out in the hall. Go get it and put it in the empty spot behind you. It's like, what? It's like, sir, teacher, I am still a growing boy. You are a grown-ass man, and you're closer to the door than I am. It's quicker and easier for you. Without waiting for a response, he begins wrapping up homeroom period. I don't know how old the characters are in this. I would guess like, well, maybe high school, I guess. Even though the artwork is a little more cutesy, so they look maybe more like middle school, but I'm guessing high school. Or something like that. With that, Beardy walks out. An excited circle immediately forms around the transfer kid. Watching the situation unfold out of the corner of my eye, I heave a sigh of unbearable annoyance as I trudge out into the hall. There's a desk leaning against the wall just outside with an upside down chair on top. Must be the transfer students. I carry it back into the classroom before placing it behind my desk. On second thought, I decide to swap desks so mine is at the end. That's funny. She seems like the type of girl who'd stab you in the back when you least expect it. The same thing. Do you really think he hears? I guess you have a point. Verdi's actually a big softie. De kohe da domo. Is that what she said? How do you feel about this anyway? She's looking at the crowd in front of the blackboard. Well, I think it's too early to tell. But it's hard for me to unsee her threatening attitude from this morning, you know? Underneath that unassuming facade lies the spirit of a fighter. I'm not sure I'd go that far. What? Don't you like that kind of thing in a girl? Like what? Maybe fate brought you two together. She's sitting right in front of you, so you'll have plenty of opportunities to talk. I thought she's interested in him. Why are you always trying to set me up with another girl? Because I'm worried you'll never find someone who can take care of you. Huh, okay. She returns to her seat as the bell marking the start of our first period class rings out. She's always acting like she's my mom. Like, well, I mean, she's honestly the closest thing I have. I know. Hey, a new voice cuts in. Yes. I look up to see her. Thanks for bringing in the desk, I mean. how's your leg doing? Huh? She's like, what? How do they not recognize each other immediately? Like, you saw each other this morning in a dramatic-esque situation. Like, you put on quite the show this morning. Your name is Orihara, right? Yoroshiku. She ignores my words before quickly sitting down. That's my desk, yours is right there. That was quite the show this morning. She's like, It's like he's silently blackmailing her. Don't say anything about the desk. And I won't reveal your tsundere-ness or almost two-facedness, whatever. I think she's just a tsundere, but she's hiding the soon part. As the somewhat angry tapping of chalk against the blackboard echoes through the room, I stare blankly at the back of her head, my hand holding my pencil remaining motionless. This girl's the textbook example of a wolf in sheep's clothing. Either that or the girl we saw this morning really was different. Confirm it. Okay, time to find out. I lean forward to tie her long hair to the back of her chair. What the frig? Why are you doing that? Let's see how she reacts. He tied her hair to the back? How did she not notice? After what feels like forever, the bell rings, signaling the end of class. Kyou wa kokomade. That's as far as it is for today. Today's done. The teacher says before definitely slamming their textbook closed. On your feet. Rattle. Snap. And unholy sound echoes out. Nanase is frozen in place at a very weird angle. She tried to stand up, but with her hair still tied to the back of her chair, she's currently bent backwards with her neck yanked as far back as possible. Bow. We're now on break between classes. Once she sits back down, she turns and unties her hair. Then she slowly gets to her feet and faces me. That's hilarious. Koroski ka kono aho. She spits out at me. Oh, I knew you had that fire from this morning in you all along. It's like I always believed in you. I knew you didn't lose it. Olympic torch inside. She's apparently snapped back to reality, though it's hard to tell which one's the real her. Cough after the fact to cover it up. Well, she suddenly pretends to erupt into a coughing fit before running out of the room. I mean, that's something you do mid-sentence, not like 3 sentences later, but yeah. And it's fairly obviously phoned in performance, and yet, what's wrong, Nanase? The Simps have taken note. Like, were you picking on Orihara? I'm innocent. Is Nanase gone? Her fan club of guys quickly disperses. All Simps. A transfer student comes in. The dudes start like cheering, dancing on desks and stuff. Like what? Like I'm pretty sure like half your classroom is girls. Like people acting like they haven't seen another girl or another human. That like they haven't seen a girl or like they haven't seen a human being for that matter in like friggin' decades. I just imagine like some of them start doing that dance. What the hell was that dance? I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember the name of that dance anyways. It was like a meme in recent eras. Can't remember the name of it. Maybe I never knew it. You saw that, huh? And heard it. I don't think I've heard anything like it before. I think you gave her whiplash. You're not gonna get whiplash from that. Unless she's trying to move like she's like a freaking isekai truck reincarnated as like a tsundere girl. Actually, it looked more to me like she somehow caught a cold. Nani yo sore? Ah, who knows? Try not to tease the poor girl too much, Kohei. You two are going to be neighbors for some time. She says with a worried look on her face as she returns to her desk. I get the feeling Nagamori is always keeping an eye on me. As the bell rings out, signaling the start of a second period, Nanase briskly returns. She shoots me a quick glance, sits back down with a loud thwomp. It's clearly an attempt at keeping me in check. Yeah, sure, peaceful resolution. For now, peace. The battle has been won. The war shall be put to rest. And peace shall reign over the land that is this classroom. Aye aye, sa. I probably shouldn't be too mean considering I'm now stuck behind her. Stuck. Even though he chose that seat. Nanase. I tried to get her attention while tapping her back. Hey, let's be friends. How do you say that? Tomodachi naritai? Like, is that it? Tomodachi naritai? Is that let's become friends or something? She's like, are you out of your damn mind? She yells back under her breath. After what you just did minutes ago, I was just checking to see if you were the same girl who ran into me this morning. That should not be. Look, just stop talking to me. Then she whirls around. Our second period teacher is already standing at the front of the room. Blank, 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 blank. No dialogue. I'm guessing if that was a test, he failed. When I return from buying some bread, I find that to no one's surprise, my seat has been taken. Nanase is surrounded by her fan club, which is engaged in a lively conversation with her. Well, if it's lunchtime, you can sit with friends or something, but if you want to sit at your seat, I would just tell them to move. As I get older, I'm in more of like a no bullshit attitude. Just ask them to move. And if they don't move, just pick them up and move them. Pick them up in the chair and move them. Like, actually. Despite seemingly being caught off guard, Nanase seems to enjoy their attention as she eats from her small lunchbox. So she keeps up appearances for others. It's kind of... Yeah, I can't tell if she's a tsundere and she's hiding it, or if she's just kind of like a bit narcissistic, so she's a little two-faced. Looks rough having someone that popular sitting in front. Nagamori finds myself stranded at the door, holding a carton of milk. She is, not me. That's just how it goes. Maybe I'll eat on the roof. I mean, you don't have to eat on the roof. Grab another seat or tell them to move. And then if they say no, like, they're probably like 130 or 140 pounds. Just pick them up and move them. Just pick them up and move them. That's what I would do. But the older I mean, I wouldn't have done that in the past, but the older I get, the more of like a no bullshit attitude I have, so I'm kind of just like, whatever. She's like, just eat at my desk. There you go. Eat with her. And why not? I don't like the idea of eating at a woman's desk, but I guess I can deal with it. Maybe I will. He doesn't like eating at a woman's desk? Why? That makes, like, no sense to me. I follow Nagamori as she practically bounces over to her seat. Is she like a rabbit now? Yo, I remember when I was in grade 5, friggin' like trauma related to a stupid rabbit. Teacher brought a rabbit to the class, and the little like asshole like bit up my leg. I had like teeth marks in my leg. And when I told people, they're like, I told a few of my classmates, and they're like, "Oh, you're lying. You're making it up." I'm like, "You asshole, I literally have like the bite marks on my leg. I can show you." They're like, "Ah, I don't want to see. You're lying anyways." I'm like, in my head, I'm like, are these people stupid? Like, not to be mean, but I'm like, I have bite marks on my leg. I'm telling you, I'll show you it. And you're like, "Oh, I refuse." I told the teacher, and the teacher stopped bringing her pet rabbit, of course. And then people got mad at me, and I'm like, what the frig? I find it like crazy though, you know? Sometimes people will care more about an animal than another person, which is wild. Because if you want to look at like close personal relations, 100%, if your mother or your brother or someone is in danger versus like the dog you've had all your life, you're gonna save your mother or your brother or whoever. But when it comes to an animal you don't know and a person you don't know or don't know that well, some people will like favor the animal, and that's insane. I mean, if you're gonna treat people like that, don't be surprised if you get that same treatment though, right? Which is true, don't be surprised. But some people are weird, that's why. Like, it's actually weird to see people who care more about animals than other people. Because, like, if one of their loved ones was in a dangerous situation, they would save them rather than, you know, their pet, obviously. But you take a person that they either don't know or barely know, compared to a random animal. Oh my gosh, the random animal, they will, like, fawn over. I'm gonna be blunt and say it's kind of disgusting. Because it's like, to you, that person has less value as a living being than an animal. And like, by that logic, if you're gonna treat people like that, if you ever get treated like that, don't be surprised. Because it's like karma, right? I just say that because it's very strange. Very strange. Anyways, back to the visual novel. Nope, just about to start. What perfect timing. Let's go to the cafeteria. My treat. It's like free food. What? Free food? Really? It's like, what, really? Yeah, I went big yesterday. I decide not to ask him what that means. Sure, why not? I can save the bread I bought for tomorrow. It's not often that Sumi treats me to lunch on his time. I gotta make sure to butter him up appropriately. Man's like, I want that, like, that double-decker, extra double-decker cheeseburger, extra cheese, friggin' like grand poutine, double large, friggin' like iced tea with a lemon squeeze. I don't know, I'm just saying random crap to try and make it sound like more fancy, but still adhering to like fast food items. Because it guaranteed that, well, not guaranteed, but I bet the food they're getting is not expensive. It's probably pretty cheap, but fancy for being cheap. If that even makes sense. I casually placed the bread on top of her all too conveniently placed desk. Don't eat it. I'm saving it for tomorrow. Sure. Yep. How much am I allowed to eat? It's cafeteria lunch. How much could it possibly cost? We leave the room together as we chat. It's like, I will make you regret that, with an open offer for a buffet. Thanks to his seemingly endless conviction, we end up spending our entire lunch period in the cafeteria. Nanase was like, I don't know if she was reacting how she did because she wanted to eat the main dude's lunch, the bread, the plain whole wheat bread, unbuttered, no topping, like just plain toast, or if she was just like, damn, I wanted to eat with him. No matter what it is, well, aside from gym probably, the first class of the afternoon is always the sleepiest. But with exams right around the corner, I should really be paying attention. And yet, I can't keep my eyes open. Deploy anti-nap countermeasures? What does that mean? Desperate times. Call for desperate measures. I tie Nana's hair to my fingers. I knew he was going to tie her hair to something. 100% I knew he was going to do that. This way, if I accidentally fall asleep, I'll end up yanking on her hair, thus incurring her wrath and waking myself up. Between this and what happened earlier, there's no way she'll let me get off scot-free. My fear coupled with the need to stay upright will help me keep conscious. Dude, it's like I'm a genius. What a perfect plan. And I'm going to execute it immediately. I grab a handful of her hair and tie it to my fingers. How does she not notice? Now I can focus on class. I turn my attention to the blackboard and I fall asleep. Ita! She says, oh no, crap. I have to act quick. She looks cute. I yank on her hair as hard as I can, freeing my fingers from the strands around them. Nanda? Doshita no. Everyone in class is looking over at Danase, who screamed. I'm never going to hear the end of it after class. They eventually grow bored and the class quiets back down again. Crap. I was able to break free from my half-assed setup way too easily, leaving me once again on the verge of succumbing to my overwhelming boredom. Back off or go for it? Go for it. One more time. I'm going for it. I take her hair and tie it tightly to my wrist. It goes without saying that I'm going to have it to be incredibly careful here. Okay, there's no way this is getting untied. Of course, if I ever... I mean, isn't it better that it got untied so she's not like, why is my hair tied around your finger? But either way, she's going to know you yanked her hair. But the difference is, one way you can play it off as an accident, the other, with it tied around, you're going to be like, what do you do for that? I accidentally like friggin' cross-tied, like fisherman hatch, bow-tied your hair around like my freaking like bicep or something. Like what? Of course, if I ever accidentally fall asleep, I'll yank Nana's hair back with the weight of my arm, and then yank, she'll knock my block off. That's terrifying, too scary for me to even think about. This time my fear and intense anxiety from meeting that grisly fate will keep me firmly awake and conscious. Okay, I need to focus on class. Zzz. Yank. That scream. She screamed, yeah, but they translated it, eek. Transliterations. My goodness. Oh God, it happened again. Stop. Nanase, what happened? A worried voice calls over from someone somewhere beside her. It's nothing. Everything's fine. Daijoubu. Sensei. Nanase-san naitemasu. Oi. Doshita. What happened? What idiot made Nanase cry? The class has erupted into uncontrollable chaos. Oh, she's Nanase. Wait, what was the name of his childhood friend? Kanana? Kanori? I can't even remember. I thought she was Nanase. This is Nanase. The other girl looks like a Nanase to me. Nanase. Nanase. Nothing happened? Everything's fine. The entire situation is quickly growing out of control. Okay, so I untie the strand of hair that I wrapped around my wrist and, I let it fall free. I probably shouldn't try pushing my luck any further. If I find myself falling asleep, I'll just accept my fate gracefully. In the end, all the commotion in class thanks to Nanase's screaming helped jolt me awake. Chotto kite kureru? Can you come with me for a second? Nanase asked me once class ends, refusing to take her seat. Sure. I've already mentally prepared myself for this, so I follow her without question. Huh? Futari de doko iku no? Futari de doko iku no? Huh? Where are you two going? We passed Nagamori on our route. That's her name, Nagamori. Okay, that's the childhood friend. Take care of everything after I'm gone, Nagamori. Huh? Eh? I like she said, eh? And they just translated it to an actual word, the sound effect. I'm not sure my body will be able to make it to the next class, to be honest. What do you think I'm about to do to you? Huh? At any rate, just come. She proceeds to drag me out into the hallway. Once we're outside, she stops and she turns to face me. Ne, do susumori. Hey, explain yourself. What the hell? There are so many things that I potentially have explanations for that I'm going to need. Oh, that's him that said that, not her, my mistake. Their names both start with K, so I confused the guy and girl's lines. Anyways, even though the rest of the letters are all different. Listen, there are so many things that I potentially have explanations for that I'm going to need you to, be a little more specific. Zenbuyo! Okay. I apologize for thinking you were taking me out here to beat me senseless. I didn't mean absolutely everything. I meant that horrendous stunt you pulled. What did you do to my hair? It's like, you know what he did to your hair. He yanked it. Listen, okay? I'm sorry for using you as an anti-sleep sensor. I'm sorry. That's what you were using my hair for. I feel like I'm just pouring oil onto an open flame. You pulled on a girl's hair for something like that? It's like, if it makes you feel better. I didn't do it consciously. I planned to do it unconsciously, and I did it unconsciously, but I did not do it consciously. Because I planned not to do it consciously, but still. Whatever I just said sounds wild. I went past anger to resignation, then right back to anger again. Oh, that's impressive. She's mad. She's mad. See, I don't care anymore. I get it. This is just who you are. After she was crying and stuff. Yep. Oh, by the way, for my model art, rigging, animation, everything's by me. Just gonna mention that again. Yeah. Anyways, back to this. It looks like we've come to a sort of mutual understanding then. Since you say you're over it. At any rate, I'm going to switch seats, then this will be nothing more than water under the bridge. Oh, sounds good to me. It's just that... What? I can tell you think there's a problem. No problem, it's just that at the beginning of the year, my seat was at the very front of the room. Sorede? Well, the weird thing is, I found that my seat kept getting moved back over time. Doshite? Well, why do you think? I actually don't know why. You have 3 options, right? This is a multiple choice test that he is giving her. It's like you have 3 options. I will not say which is correct or how many are correct. Number 1. I kept turning to the kid behind me to copy their answers. Why would you turn behind you? Wouldn't it be easier to turn and oh, it's because there's no one in front of you because you're at the front. Duh. Anyways, yeah, never mind that. I said nothing. I kept falling asleep and using the desk behind me as a pillow. Number 2. Number 3, a constant barrage of hearts. Kyaka. We can stay in the same seats. What do you mean, never mind? You gotta answer. All of the above is right, which is why I don't want to participate in this stupid game. Well, the actual answer is... Kite takunai. Oh, really? You don't want to hear? Ah, for the love of God. What did I do to end up sitting in front of this freaking idiot? Ah, I hate my life. You realize I'm right here while you talk about me, you know? Yeah, here, hi, hello, in front of you, waving. At any rate, just don't mess with me or am I here anymore, okay? Oh, by the way, I add like some of my own dialogue to their dialogue here and there. But yeah. Anyways. Sure, no problem. What kind of answer is that, for crying out loud? She returns to class with a gloomy look. What were you two talking about out there? When do you know it? She asked him out. That's hilarious. He said that to mess with them. Why did you say that? She's like, why did you say that? Why did you say that? Why did you say that? Oh my goodness. She's like, what? What? She whips around, screaming at me under her breath while glaring daggers in my direction. Just joking, everyone. I'm a comedian. If I make her angrier, she may really beat me senseless. She was just asking me for advice on what brand of cigarettes to smoke for a gal who's new to the field. She immediately grabs me and once again shoves me back out into the hall. Can I hit you once? I have a feeling it'll hurt a lot, you know, like just a feeling. You're small, but like I feel like it'll hurt. So you know, why? How about no? Yes, no. Can we go with no? Is that an option? I'd prefer if you didn't. Maybe this is just your unique sense of humor, but I don't find it funny in the slightest, so knock it off. The corner of her mouth is twitching. I don't know. I thought it was pretty hilarious. Your so-called jokes are the antithesis of hilarity. She's got a crazy look in her eyes. She's got those googly eyes. Maybe I can just move to a different class. With a deep sigh, she heads back in. Naka ga ii ne futari. Nakama is like companion or friend, right? Companion? Naka. Short form of it, I guess. You two seem like really good friends. A teasing voice calls out from somewhere in the room. Sonokoto nai. Wait, would it be Tomodachi Janai? No, that'd be like would that be not friends or don't have friends? Well, she didn't even say that, but anyways. We're the absolute furthest thing from friends. I mean, she did just threaten to punch me in the face, and that is true. She shoves him back out. She once again grabs me before unceremoniously shoving me back out into the hall. That's the third time. Third time? Third time, yeah, third time. Yeah, okay. I actually like this. I actually like this visual novel. I might actually buy this. This is just a demo, but I like it. Like, some visual novels are very cliche and stereotypical. So I find they're like kind of cliche and stereotypical, but like this one has like a unique taste on it, which is odd to say because it's a classic, like it's older than a bunch of others. Yeah, but I like it. I like this story for it. So I'm guessing that I don't know how long the demo is, if it only gives you part of a route, or if it gives you like a full route, only one route between like Nanase and what's the childhood friend name? I keep forgetting her name. Kanamori, something like that. Yeah, close. Starts with the K. Okay. This time, it's pretty funny. Murder isn't funny. I'm not a comedian, but I'm about to be one. Killer. Killer in the streets. Killer in the school. What was that one song? She's looking at him like she's about to sing that one song. What is it? I don't... What was it? All the other kids with the pumped up kicks better run, outrun my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks better run. Wait, how did it go? Better run, faster than my bullet. Faster than my bullet? Something like that. Yeah, she's looking at him like that song is playing in her head. That might be a dark joke. Okay, I'm gonna make a darker joke right now. She's threatening him that she's about to start her school shooter arc, and that song's about to play. I just made a really screwed up dark joke. I usually don't do that. Anyways, ignoring that. I was trying to remember the lyrics for that song. Let's just ignore everything I just said. I just hit a key and I don't know what the hell I hit. Because something popped up and I have no idea what. Anyways. Popped up for a second and then it left. Oh, I like how they do the shade. I like how she's drawn. I'm not a fan of the old school big windowy eyes for designs. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. I'm an artist myself, and I mentioned before, sometimes people don't like an art style, but just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's bad, you know? People like different art styles. It's like a cup of tea, right? You might not like one flavor of tea, someone else might like it. You might like 4 or 5 flavors of tea, and you might like one of those flavors more than the others, you know? So a cup of tea might not be yours, right? This art style, I like the way it's shaded, but I'm not a fan of the shapes. If that makes sense. I like the shading and everything for it, but not the shapes. But obviously the shapes are incredibly done. It's it's high tier professionally done, you know. Just not my cup of tea, but I recognize that it's a masterfully made cup of tea by a tea brewmaster or whatever the hell they're called. Barista, bar mitzvah, something. And not bar mitzvah, barista. Yeah, something like that. Whatever. Anyways, back to the game. Oh, wait, who's talking? She is, okay. Sigh. Maybe I'll look into transferring again. She goes back inside, shoulders slumped. She's gonna go home and be like, that was the most stressful first day of school ever. I'm so bored. I've got an idea. I should see how many split ends Nanase has. No, I don't have time for that. It's almost time for exams. Oh, woo. Whew. All done. I take a big stretch. Yeah, and as soon as I hear the bell announce the end of 6th period, hey, Nanase, 6th period is over, which means it's officially after school time. I know that. I transferred from a different school, not a different world. That's funny. Oi, oi now, I'm just trying to be nice. Nanase-san. Going home? Let me show you around the school. Everyone's simping after her. Everyone is like just simping after her. My goodness. It's an epidemic. It's a plague of the simps. It's just like Resident Evil, but it's like a shoujo dating sim with everyone just like, I don't know, just like lusting after this one girl. Okay, the way I worded that sounds wild and made that sound different than I intended it to. I swear, I meant for that to not sound weird. I meant for that to be, like, be innocent, but like the more I spoke. Yeah. Anyways. Well then, what's the plan now? Did someone just bark? Did this dude go woof? What? Drop by the club? Ask Nagamori to walk home. So I'm guessing if you drop by the club, it focuses more on Kanase, Nagase. I'm mixing the two girls' names up. Kanase, K for Kanase. Yeah, okay. K for Kanase is okay. Des. Okay, yeah. Ask Nagamori to walk home, drop by the club. Nagamori's the childhood friend, right? I'm guessing if you drop by the club, it'll focus more on Kanase. Yeah. And then walking home with Nagamori will obviously focus more on Nagamori, unless the dude just walks with her and just ignores her the whole time. I don't know. Who knows? Drop by the club. If you belong to a club, it only makes sense to go there. Oh, no one even goes to it? What kind of a club is it? It's a club that no one shows up to. It's a club you don't mention. It's a club you don't talk about. It's a club you don't see. It's a club you don't hear. You don't smell it either. Who's in the club? No one. People are in it, and no one's there. It's like, what? Fight Club. Classrooms focused on special interests such as art and music make up most of the first and second floors. My destination is on the 3rd floor, which is where the cultural clubs are located. So I stop in front of the door to the classroom, club room, same thing, which I can already tell is clearly empty before opening it. As I do, I notice a boy I've never seen before standing in the corner of the room that should have been completely deserted. If this was a comic book, a chance meeting this unexpected would clearly mean something, but I found that reality is nowhere near as exciting as it's made out to be in fictional portrayals, even though this itself is a fictional portrayal. Ah, I'm such an idiot. I instantly regret coming all the way out here despite knowing there was nothing of interest waiting for me. And so I leave, not even bothering to close the door. He saw someone in the club and he's like, I'm gonna ignore them and go. What the freak? However, the students who joined missed the memo to the point where everyone lost whatever motivation they might have had leading to the club. On the verge of getting shut down. I still had no idea what they meant by big band. Either way, I know the situation was hopeless when I found out light music meant jazz. Your jazz music's cute, like good though. What the freak? I changed back into my regular shoes, walked straight through the front doors, and head through the empty courtyard toward the main gate. From out here, I can see the track and field team running around. Though their resemblances to a different breed of human leaves me feeling disconcerted. Our similarities end at the fact that we all attend the same school. There's no way I could study, exercise, and then return home to collapse exhausted on the floor. It's not like I have anything I should be doing right now, but hanging out with my boring classmates is fun, and I do enjoy walking home with Nagamori. Lazy, laid-back days like this really match my personality. I don't think for 1 second I'm complaining. I can honestly say that this right here is my idea of the perfect student life. I pass through the gate and make my way home. It seems like Yukiko is still not back yet. Yukiko is his older sister, right? Or something like that. I have paid attention. Older sister or aunt? No, aunt. Yeah. I go downstairs to brush my teeth before finally changing out of my school uniform that I'd been too lazy to get out of earlier. So I'm about to crawl into bed when a random thought crosses my mind. The way I said that just now just made me think of like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like the first line or two of that. What the frig? I'm not ready to go to sleep just yet. Maybe I'll surprise Nagamori with a little payback for her annoying wake-up call this morning. You sleep in the closet, sleep in the closet. Okay. Man's hiding in the closet. Da-doom-ch. Sleep under the desk. Sleep under the bed. Why would you sleep under the desk? It's freaking open. Like 100% she'll see that. Under the bed. Or in the closet. In the closet you can jump out and scare the shit out of her. Interesting. It's unique. But we'll go with the classic. Under the bed. Watch, he just snores and she hears him underneath. He's actually, he's sleeping under his bed. He's actually sleeping there. It's hard to breathe down here. Like, I mean, no shit. Like, you're just under a freaking, like, giant ass bed. With, like, surrounded probably by, like, dust and mold. Sure as hell you're not the one cleaning your room. Oh, 1998. Oh, crap. What the freak? That's when this is set. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. This game came out in the 90s. So I don't know why I'm surprised it's set back in 1998. It's like, damn, so these characters are like they're all like middle-aged now. Then again, I'm not sure how old they are in this. It doesn't say. I assume they're like in high school. There's a person rolled up. there's a rolled up blanket under here that's shaped like a person. That reaction. She can hear him snoring. She's like panicking. Kachak! What the hell is that? Bam. Oh, that's her checking around. Why is my body sliding along the floor? It's the same thing as the beginning of the game. She comes in, she takes the blanket off him. He's like, why am I so cold all of a sudden? And then she takes the pillow from under his head. And he's like, why does my head have no comfort? And now she pulls him from under the bed. And he's like, why is my body gliding on the floor? He's like, dude. In his head, he's like, dude, this is wild. It's like cosmic interference. Like, dude, what is happening? This man's like high or something, 100%. He speaks like he is. Dude's drugged out of his mind. I pull the rest of my body out before getting to my feet. How do you pull your body out from under there? You mean you just... Okay, my brain, okay, he crawled out, I guess. My brain just imagined he grabbed his leg and just started pulling himself in like a freaking circle or some. I don't know why I thought of that. That's what I thought of. He just grabbed his leg and started pulling himself in a semicircle to get out. It's like, let's Beyblade. It's Beyblade. Beyblade! We don't have time for that right now. Time for what? I look at her wrist watch. As usual, it's not looking good. Close up. She loads me up with my bag and clothes. Then pushes me out of my... She pushed you out of your room to go change? What? You're on toothbrushing duty? For who? For me? Who? Why do you think I'd ever brush your teeth? I don't know. I just figured that'd be nice of you. Is she her what? Is she his childhood friend or is she his nurse? They reused the scene. The scene was earlier. I guess because they're on their way to the same place, they decided to just reuse the scene. This music is nice. It's nice. It's jazzy. I cannot imagine a Dragon Ball Z villain showing up to this. That would be wild. Imagine a friggin' villain just shows up to romance music. That'd be crazy. That'd be weird as hell. It's did you really sleep like that all night just to scare me? It's yeah, of course. Why else would I sleep in a place like that? Your very existence is usually enough to scare me for your information. Not stiff or sore. Not really. I mean, I can sleep anywhere. It reminds me of Gon and Killua and Hunter x Hunter when they slept against those rocks. Or did I say Hunter x Hunter? My mistake. I meant to say hiatus x hiatus. Ha. Yeah. Anyways. I feel like taking a nap, in real life. I only got 3 hours of sleep. I haven't slept well. 2 days ago, I got I literally... When I woke up on Sunday morning, I'm not kidding, I got 1 hour of sleep. I was awake as well for a while. And then I had... Ugh. And then I had an okay sleep, and then today I had only like 3 hours. I've been sleeping bad lately. This music is really good, holy shit. Like, excuse my language, but holy moly. This is this is a banger for sure. Ask her on a date? What? Give her a present? Wait, what? I skipped like 3 or 4 dialogue options. Why am I on this? How did this lead to asking her out? Oh, fuck it. Ask her out. Why not? I didn't mean to swear there, sorry. How about who's speaking? I'm tired. Okay, he's speaking though. How about I take you out on a date? What? Eh? Yes? I don't know. She's like, that seems like a terrible idea. Holy shit. Damn. That's a terrible idea. It's like the worst she can say is no, asks her out. That's a terrible idea. Oh, damn. Well, you fuck me then, I guess. So I shouldn't have said that. I keep swearing. Sorry. Anyways. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad, but if a girl with a crush on you saw us out together, she might get the wrong idea. Huh? What? Come on, no one has a crush on me. Iru yo, tabun. Masaka. Iru te. Doko? そのことわかんないよ。そのことわかんないよ。How am I supposed to know that sort of thing? そのこと that thing わかんないよ。Then she doesn't exist. この彼女いるじゃない？いるない？ I don't even know how you would say that. The idea of this girl with a crush on him doesn't exist. Okay, this music's like, it's distracting me, but it's so good. Like, I can imagine like someone actually performing this. Anyways, and I'm gonna try to like wake myself up a bit because I'm like really, really tired in real life. Anyways, and that means my date idea is still on the table. Dame, 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 dame. But no one's gonna be upset if they see us. No, someone will be absolutely the one girl out there who adores you. So that's why I can't go on a date with you, for her sake. I really don't care about them. I do though. Ah, yeah? Is that so? Well, damn, that's too bad. Demo. Demo nani? If it's not a date, then it's fine. So we can still go out somewhere? Hmm. But isn't that a date? No. We're just hanging out. But what about that girl you mentioned who'd be heartbroken seeing us? She's like caught in like a mental loop. Acrobatics of the mind. I've never seen like a circus show in real life actually. I've wanted to see one before, like Cirque du Soleil or whatever. I've wanted to see it, but I've never have. At some point I will, just because I think it'd be cool to see it. How can we make this work so we can hang out together? I mean, what's the difference? How about you start by not worrying about hypothetical people and what they might think? You're probably right. I know I'm right. We take the final turn and sprint the final stretch to the front gates of our school. Were they just having this conversation while they're like sprinting full force? Like they're trying to like get first place in the Olympics and trying to like beat Usain Bolt or something, and they're just like dead staring each other in the eyes, just like conversing like this, sprinting at full speed. The idea of that is hilarious. I don't know if they actually did that. They were probably just like jogging, but I'm gonna imagine them just full out sprinting. Oof, did we make it? There's the bell, hear it. Bell rings out against the clear blue sky just as she mentions it. We were a hair's breadth away from not making it. And then what happens? Yelled at, scolded. Expelled, exiled. It's like, get the fuck out of Tokyo. I don't know. Anyways, we're here. Reaching the rack first, I grabbed Nagamori's shoes before handing them to her. Arigato. 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 We walked down the hall, past another homeroom teacher, and roll into class. Ooh, that wasn't so bad. Nope. Inside our class, the other students are engrossed in idle morning chit-chat. I say goodbye to Nagamori, walk to my seat by the window, toss my bag onto my desk, and slump down into my sheet. Nanase is looking out the window in front, like she's pointedly ignoring me. Yo, morning, Nanase. Ohayo. What's the matter? You doing okay? Genki yo. Oh, yeah. Good to hear. Yokata yo. Yokata? Is that what you... Is that it? Yokata. Yo. Can't remember. Seeing as how you're right in front of me, you gotta keep up the good vibes. Those good vibrations, you know, the Marky Mark good vibrations. Mark Wahlberg actually did a song. Like, I heard it for the first time a few years ago. It's called Good Vibrations. I think it's Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark. I actually like it. It's not bad. What the heck's that supposed to mean? If all I see is your sourpuss face, it'll sap my sunshine away. That's good to know. So you're saying my bad mood will gradually weaken you as days go? Are you calling yourself a Debbie Downer? I only am as necessary as a last resort. Before we can finish our conversation, one rot with such a vague level of sarcasm that neither of us can determine the exact amount, Verity appears to begin homeroom period. I'm like forgetting how to speak English, oh my gosh. Road to Patois, or Creole. I'm so tired thanks to the weird position I was stuck in all night. I didn't sleep well. I've heard that at times like this, a solid slap across the face will perk anyone right up in a jiffy. I literally slapped myself in the face like several minutes ago to like wake myself up more. But I muted it, so hopefully my mic was actually muted when I did that. Otherwise, goddamn, I probably burst like people's eardrums. Let's see, either that or preoccupy yourself with the light manual labor. Yeah, light manual labor. Let me drag this like freaking pen across the paper. Oh, damn. Oh yeah, that hand workout. My fingers are gonna be jacked after this. Writing so much. Yeah, whatever. I mean, you're in class, why not write? Oh? I suddenly noticed Nanase's split ends dangling ever so captivatingly in front of my face. She's seriously hopeless. I'm pretty sure I have some scissors. Is he going to cut her hair? Don't you dare. I swear. Dude. If you cut her hair, you deserve to be punched. Like, her hair is really pretty. Don't touch it. I managed to find them hidden beneath a pile of printouts that have accumulated over time. I then begin trimming her split ends, ferreting out each broken strand one by one. Oh, he's fixing her hair. I thought he was gonna like cut off a bunch of her hair as a prank. I'm like, dude, you're gonna get your ass beat. You're gonna get beat down. You're gonna be bully beat down. She's gonna like friggin' transform into a Street Fighter character and like Tekken 5, like friggin' Mortal Kombat your ass. She's gonna grow like 2 extra arms like that giant like ogre thing and just like friggin' rip you apart. Oops, that was too much. Now the right side is shorter. Snip snip. Making all the lengths even is pretty tricky. Snipping the left side makes it too short, but then when I move to the right, that becomes too short. Dude, it's just cutting her hair. What the frig? Okay, I think that's the best I can do. There's probably hair on the damn ground. Huh? Uh-oh, I was so focused on cutting her hair, I lost track of time. Does no one notice? Like, are there no other students beside them? They don't hear, like, the scissors of it and him just, like, giving her, like, an involuntary haircut? I mean, at least he didn't cut off a bunch of her hair. He went to just get rid of the split ends, but then he did a little much. Are? There's something different about you, Nanase. Eh? Did you get a haircut? Crap, you idiot. Don't just blurt out something like that. She glances under her desk and her attention is immediately caught by something. A pile of her hair is scattered on the floor beneath. To tell you the truth, it was pretty gross. Her hair just started falling out in bits and pieces. What the frig? Nanase-san, byoki? Byoki? Genki? Oh man. Man's gonna die. Yokai. That's how she reacts. Yokai ka. Nani ka. I've honestly never seen anything like it. I know you cut it. Since when did our classroom become a barbershop? I mean, it's not my fault you had a lot of split ends. I can't believe you chopped off a young maiden's hair. Sorry, but my dream is to become a barber, and I take a lot of pride in my work. If that were true, you wouldn't secretly use other people's hair for practice. Don't you ever touch my hair again, is that clear? Yep, crystal. Crystal like the Crash Bandicoot ones. Clear like the crystals of... Clear... What the frig am I trying to say? See, I'm tired, right? That's the issue. Clear like the crystals from Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I ended up getting tongue twisted on something that was not a tongue twister. She has one final go at me, well, actually several in one go, before returning to the classroom. Once again, Nana's desk is the place to be during lunch. Her fan club is congregating around her for some lighthearted combo. Lunch in their hands. Being unceremoniously shoved out of the way is pretty damn annoying. Enter the fray. I'm so fed up with their behavior that I shove my way through the gaggle of guys. The interrogation is in full swing. This many guys, it's almost impossible to tell who's talking at a moment. Maybe if I say something, they'll force them to back off. It'll cool down the heated situation. I think your hairstyle is really cute. Thanks. This is actually a wig, though. Your uniform is from your old school, right? It's pretty cute, too. Thanks. I actually haven't taken it off in 2 years, so it's pretty ripe. Better not get too close. That ribbon is adorable. Thanks. It's actually my grandpa's favorite waistband. He wears it, like, all the time. What the frick? The results are instantaneous. The guys gradually begin walking away. Did he imitate her voice? And... I'm doing no such thing. I'm the real Nanase. You can call me Nanapi. Nanapi? Dare do anta? Oh crap, she figured it out. I quickly made my escape before she can catch me. Looks like I can't eat lunch here today. Guess I'll evacuate. I passed Nagamori chugging milk on my way there, but she's with a bunch of her girlfriends, so I don't stop to chat. And off I go. Like the wind. I'm still just as depressed once I reach the crowded cafeteria, but I get some plain bread and find a place to sit. I assume the bread is plain because the man just says I get bread. Not I get buttered bread, not I get toasted bread, just bread. Just plain whole wheat bread. Sweet and simple, and it does not taste sweet at all. Yep. Apparently Sumi was looking for me. He slams his tray down on the table with a loud bang before sitting down. You should have asked if I wanted to join you. You know I usually eat lunch in the cafeteria. Yeah, I promise I will from now on. Sheesh. Thank you, don't guy. He grumbles before scarfing down the lunch special of the day. As a token of our friendship, I'll peel your dumplings for you, so they're easier to eat. Kora! Stop dismantling my dumplings! And thus the two of us spend the rest of our lunch break chatting about nothing in particular. Did he say that just to, like, get free pieces of dumpling? Evil genius, evil genius. Blank, blank, blank. Okay, Nanase. Okay, Nanase, you ready to head home? Yep, just give me 1 sec. Hang on. When did we suddenly become friends who walk home together? What do you mean? You're going home anyway, right? So let's walk together. I'm busy, Scram. Why does she sound like she's like the leader of some like gang in high school? She's like, I'm busy, kid, Scram. Ne. Why do you always follow me? It's not actually all that deep. She's like, it seems shady. You're overthinking it. One of her groupies from class calls over to her at the end. That's too bad. It's like, my friend, you're a side character. Your name is literally like generic. You are A amongst A to Z, and even then you got what follows the 1, 2, 3. She's like, damn, friggin' Simpsite is exhausting me. Can't keep up. Keeping up the cute girl act like always, huh? The way you saying that makes it sound like I'm a guy or something. I mean, that's basically what you are. Your personality is definitely violent enough. Only when it comes to you. Do you really want to be popular that much? I'm pretty sure that doesn't have to do with being a woman. I'm pretty sure you're just kind of narcissistic. That's me saying that, not the main dude. She puts on like a fake ear about herself and pretends to be someone she's not, just to garner attention from people. That's fake. She's clearly like pretty insecure. She's pretty, but I mean she's like pretty insecure. It just looks like you're forcing yourself to do things you don't want to do. She changes the subject. How long do you plan on following me anyway? I'm not following you though. I'm going to check out the tea ceremony club, so this is where I stop entertaining a certain someone with too much time on his hands. The tea ceremony club? You really think they're gonna let riffraff like you in there? Better to not even try. I can see it now, you with one hand on your hip like this, shouting something like, "This is what I think of your dainty tea time," before swallowing the entire contents of the cup in one extravagant gulp. I'll tell you what, how about you join the milk club? I feel like that would suit you better. The milk club? What the freak? I don't know. She's angry. But she's not gonna cry, so. It looks like I've been struck by lightning. Ever try to talk to me again, they'll never find your body, got it? Come on. I'm just trying to help you embrace your own strengths and talents. Nanase, her face flushed with anger, swings the door to the tea ceremony club open as hard as she can. She's like, "Oh, I hope you die." She snaps at me before slapping the door just as hard as she can behind her. A few minutes later, the door reopens despondently. They wouldn't let me join, of course not. She looks like she's on the verge of tears. Sniff, sniff. Considering that atrocious entrance of yours, I'm not really that surprised. Maybe you shouldn't go around shouting, "I hope you die, you stupid jerk." She goes down the stairs without saying a single word before stopping in front of the Fine Arts Club. You're gonna try the Fine Arts Club this time, huh? I guess anything goes at this point, right? Chigao. I've had an interest in art since I was young. This won't end any differently, you know? I mean, knowing you, you'd end up shouting something like, "This is what I think of your dainty arts and crafts time," before dumping paint on the model and punching a hole through your canvas. Join the fish print class. It'll offer you a much better method of stress relief. Fish print? The hell is fish printing? It's just that I had an image of you making all kinds of prints, one flopping fish after another, and I think you'd fit right in. This time she throws open the door to the Fine Arts Club. I hope you die 100 times. You're born as a maggot and have to live the rest of eternity wriggling around in a cesspool. Damn. Puts the soon in tsundere. I don't even think there's a dare part there. I think it's just soon. Prickly. Thorny. Like a blade. She snaps at me before slamming the door behind her. A few minutes later, the door reopens despondently. They wouldn't let me join. She comes back again on the verge of tears. Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. With her shoulders slumped dejectedly, she silently trudges down the hall. Seeing her like that makes me feel kinda bad for her. Cheer up, Nanase. I pat her on the head. You have lots of strong points. I know better than anyone. Nani tenno? For example, you're cute, you've got guts. I'll say you've got guts. You look like you've got guts. What, didn't it?
編み物が上手そうねって言われて嬉しい。
What the frick? Me? Honestly, yeah, I'd love it if someone saw something in me I didn't know existed.
例えが悪かったわ。とにかく
It didn't cheer me up, so don't say stuff like that to me. You sure? Yeah, I meant it as a compliment.
その点に関しては、でもね。
But come on, you need to have a little more tact when it comes to girls. It's not like I don't care about you at all. It's at times like this that I don't understand why that girl is still with you. Is she referring to Nagamori? Are you heading home then, assuming you have nothing else to do here? I hadn't realized it was already that late. I'm gonna stay here longer, so... Jane. She unilaterally ends our conversation, saying goodbye without waiting for a response. Okay. See you tomorrow. I watch as Nanasis walks down the hall, bathed in shadows from the setting sun. No point in standing around. I guess I'll head out. It's late enough that the main entrance to the school is deserted. The only sound I can hear is the distant shouts of the sports jocks, sweating up a storm. Ugh. Gotta get out of here. Probably stinks. I guess I'll head out. I change back into my outside shoes, walk straight through the front doors. I change back into my outside shoes, walk straight through the front doors, and then head through the empty courtyard on my way home. I spend the evening eating dinner alone before lounging in bed watching TV like usual. My sleepiness reaches peak levels around midnight, at which point I turn off the TV and the lights while still wrapped in my blankets. I gotta say, I gotta move that. I gotta move out. I really gotta move out of this place. Not, it's me saying not the visual novel. It's fucking annoying. Anyways. Then I get back into bed, close my eyes, and drift into a peaceful sleep. I've seen an ocean that seemed to stretch out forever. Doshite. I can't read whatever that writing is. I wonder why the image of that ocean stuck with me the way it did. I imagine what it would be like if I dived into the middle of it. I mean, if you dived into the middle of it, I'm pretty sure you'd just, like, die. Like, you'd probably drown. So, you know, you could always just not do that. Nothing to grab hold of, no matter how far I reach. Exactly why I said, you know, don't do that. I'm pretty sure not even Michael Phelps would survive that. With nothing around. Nothing to touch, no matter how hard I swim. Dude's having a nightmare or something. Nothing but water around me, no matter what I do. All that exists is the horizon and the distance. It really is like being in a different world. And in this world, there's nowhere else to go, and time stands still. But there's no sense of hopelessness. In that first moment, I understood the meaning of the word eternity. I'm grabbing my controller. I'm going to use that to go with the dialogue rather than my mouse. That moment when, yeah, so that sound was the controller dragging. That moment when I was thrown into the middle of that ocean, I knew what eternity felt like. So my thoughts immediately turned to that distant horizon I could see from the small beach. It's all so meaningless. Trapped in my thoughts, left floating in this ocean for an eternity, my existence is meaningless. Damn, dude, depressing. There's no point to anything at night. And yet I know that someday I will find myself there. Demo. I can't read whatever that is. Something... Itsuka. Demo something... I can't read that writing. Itsuka... Bokwa ho... Is that ho? I don't know. Anyways. I can't read kanji well. And because it's not like clear writing, that makes it harder. It's morning. I'm awoken by some kind of noise and I open my eyes just enough to look at my clock. The fluorescent face of my bedside clock floats out of the darkness like a ghost. I squint my half-open eyes as I try to bring the blurry time into focus. 6:30? That can't be right. I check it once more. It's 6:30 a.m. Somehow I woke up an hour early? I clicked an option, I don't know what I clicked. I turn off my alarm long before it's set off to go and heroically get back to bed. What do you think of me now, Nagamori? I can be a pretty stand-up guy when I want to be. I secretly declare my victory, looking in the direction of her house. Ah, yes, it's quiet. Pleasant. Being awake at this time of the day makes me feel like I'm the only person. I give a big stretch before pulling back the curtains and opening the window for some fresh morning air. Foosh. Foosh. Whoa, whoa. This is a far cry from the fresh morning air I'd been hoping for. All I see are black clouds. Like the kind from factory smokestacks, my vision becomes obscured by large drops of rain. And there's a flash of lightning, followed immediately by a roar of thunder. That explains the mysterious sound that woke me up. Whoosh, slam. I shut the window as hard as I can in an attempt at staving off the gloomy atmosphere. Well, this is terrible. I pull myself together, gather my stuff, and head out of my room. I'm in the living room on the first floor. I grope for the light switch before turning it on. The unoccupied room is illuminated. Of course, it's early enough that Yukiko is probably still asleep. Well, it makes sense considering she's been so busy with work. I quietly tiptoe to the kitchen, trying not to wake her up. I'm on a quest to procure some breakfast. I rummage through the cupboards and find 4 bags of pastries. Great. A banquet. I found quite the harvest. I open the fridge and take out an already opened carton of orange juice. I immediately pop off the cap intending to quench my thirst. After filling my stomach with half of it and 2 types of pastries, I stuff the rest of my bag. Now, I won't spend anything for lunch. Man's like on his way to being rich. He's like saving $1 at a time. With that thought in mind, I slowly get myself cleaned up before heading out. In the end, I never see Yukiko even once. Man lives with his aunt and he never sees her. It's like, is she even real? Dun dun dun. I walk along with my umbrella while imagining Nagamori's pouting face. I mean, it's not like we ever made a blood pact to walk to school together every day. I look up at the sky as I give myself half-baked excuses. Yeah, but he knows she's gonna show up. His sister or aunt or whoever the hell it is will probably say that he's not there. It's raining all over Japan, except in Hokkaido, where it's probably snowing. Oh, look at this studio. Expert meteorologist. He's like, I am one with nature. I can feel it all around. I touch the ground and I sense the earth. And the earth tells me the skies are crying. Watch, it's just like where he lives. It's raining and everywhere else is just blazing hot. I walk through the asphalt-covered residential neighborhood thinking back to this morning's forecast. Snow. It's that time of year, huh? No wonder it's freezing. Uncharacteristically emotional, I jump over the gigantic puddle that suddenly appears in front of me. Water drips. Oh, let me save. Actually, I didn't save. I don't know how much is longer for the demo. The weather reporter said that there was a 90% chance this would continue into the night. If I do not finish this today, we will continue it next time, which will be next week, probably. Because I'm going to try to enter some like comic contest, like writing my own manga. Because I have a story that I was like writing up, actually. But for this contest, it has a particular theme to it, so I'll have to change up my story for the setting a bit, but it should be fine. So I'll do like a shortened alternate version of what I had in mind. I don't know if I'll finish it in time though. I only have like 2 weeks or something, but I think I can do like a short story in that time. Like I can draw like a short little manga. But the art might be a bit rough because that's not a lot of time, so I might have to rush it a bit, so the art might be a bit rough. But I'm gonna try. Like, if I knew about the contest sooner, I would have done it, but I didn't know about it sooner. But it's okay. Anyways, the weather reporter said there was a 90% chance this would continue into the night. The weather reporter is like, I speak to the clouds. They whisper to me. There's a small open space in the gap between houses. That takes me back. I guess it's still here. I say absently without giving it much thought. The empty lot is surrounded by tall weeds, making it impossible to see into it despite being right by the side of the road. In other words, the perfect place for a child's secret hideout. I used to use it for that exact purpose, playing there from sunrise to down. The weeds that once towered above my head are far below eyes. I'd always assumed this place would be gone by now. Several other vacant lots in the area had long been developed into houses. Out of a half nostalgia and curiosity, I take a step onto the lot, probably developed into condos. The muddy ground, completely saturated with rainwater, sinks slightly under my body weight, just like I remember. What the frick? Man's just like sinking like in quicksand, and he's like, nostalgia. Like, what the frick? Simply standing here fills me with loneliness. As I do, I notice a girl seemingly all alone, wearing a familiar uniform. She must go to my school. I watch her silently as she stands in this nothing space in the middle of nowhere. She looks oddly picturesque, just standing there. She then slowly turns to face me, like she felt me watching her. Oh. I recognize her. That's Akane Satomura. She's in my class. We're not close friends or anything though. Come to think of it, we've never talked. Is someone gonna say something? Like, what the frig? Just like staring at each other? Or what most people would just call making eye contact. No, that's a lie. It's pretty impolite to run into a classmate by the roadside and not say hello. Hey, what are you up to? Dare. Holy shit, she's like, who are you? Damn. You should at least know the names of your classmates.
クラスメート
Classmate. They're giving, oh, she's that like calm, mysterious girl. Trope. Pretty. It's like, yes, yeah, I'm Orihara.
それで
Sorede. And, I just figured since we randomly bumped into each other, I should at least say
それ
hello.
で
Sorete. And, talk about a woman, a few words. I mean, and nothing. That's it, I guess.
私に用があるの
Do you need me for something? Not really. I say while shaking my head.
私も
Watashimo, same here. I guess. She says without shaking her head. Foosh! Pouring rain shows no sign of dying down, creating an impenetrable curtain between us. But seriously, what are you doing here?
用があるの
Do you need something? Not really, no.
私も全然ないです
Same. She's weird. I know some people will say she's mysterious. I would say she's just weird. We seem to be at an impasse. If neither of us needs the other for anything, then I guess I'll be going.
待って
Wait. She calls out to me just as I'm turning to leave. Her voice emotionless as ever. What is it? She looks me right in the face. Her eyes speak of loneliness and sadness. As if clinging to something.
ごめんなさい
Sorry.
やっぱりいいです
Yappari desu. It's fine after all. It's okay. Her gaze drifts from my face up into the sky. She falls silent. You're gonna get sick standing around in the rain like that.
大丈夫です
Daijoubu desu.
バカは風邪
The saying is that idiots can't catch colds. She quips, her expression static. Right. Sky shrouded with pitch black clouds, the rain showing no signs of abating at any time soon. Well, I head off to school myself, leaving Satomura behind in the empty lot. My heavy footsteps keep time with the sound of rain hitting my umbrella. I keep my umbrella open as I pass through the main gate. Why did you leave without me? Nakamori's mad. She catches up to me when I reach the school's front entrance. As she struggles to catch her breath, she snaps at me with the exact words I figured she'd say. I shouted up to your window from outside your house, and there was no answer. I thought you'd collapsed from neglect or something. From neglect? Didn't you notice my shoes weren't by the door? And yeah, but it never once occurred to me that you might have gotten up early. Still, if my shoes aren't there, then neither am I. I don't know. But maybe you fell asleep wearing them. Well, why would I do that? You seriously thought it was that much more likely that I just wore my outside shoes to bed than woke up early? I didn't think that up exactly, but... well, it doesn't matter. We're wasting time. I quickly end the conversation and change my shoes. I'll ask her about Satomura. In Nagamori. Nani? What's Satomura like? 同じクラスのSatomura-san? She's pretty cute. It's like, that's not what I asked. I don't mean like that. What I want to know is... Oh, Ohayo. Greeting someone behind her.
おはようございます
She responds to Nagamori's voice with a light nod. I feel like Nagamori has a crush on the main dude, but she kind of takes a step back from acting on it, but I don't know. I mean, it's a visual novel, so like clearly there's a route for her, but I wanted to ask you because she probably wouldn't answer herself, Nagamori. I sigh inwardly before turning to Satomura. Yo. Meet again.
はい
So what were you doing out there anyway? Girl standing by herself in an empty lot in the pouring rain. I think it's a valid question. Were you doing radio calisthenics? Something else? In that case, Before I can finish, she silently walks past me. What's with the veil of secrecy? Why can't you tell me? She's that mysterious trope. She suddenly stops and slowly turns back around to face me.
ラジオ体操です。
Nagio Taisto desu. What? With that, I was doing radio calisthenics indeed. With that, she once again turns around and walks off. I watch her go until she vanishes completely. See Nagamori? As soon as she's gone, I pick our conversation up where it cut off. See what? Why I didn't ask her? Not very talkative, huh? Is that it? That's seriously your only remark after watching that awkward interaction between us? Well, we should get going to class too if we don't want to be late. Right. Be pretty stupid if I ended up being late after waking up so early. Right as I think that, the bell starts ringing. We gotta run for it. Yeah. I look back over my shoulder, I can still see the pouring rain. There's a girl outside on the verge of tears. At least that's how she looked to me. What is this emotion I'm feeling? I'm not sure. We're going to be late, right? I know. I start running and quickly overtake Nagamori despite her head start. Who was it that was crying? And thanks to my speed, I'm able to get to homeroom ahead of our teacher. Exchange greetings and make my way to my seat. Beardy came just in now and I'm on time. The morning classes are especially boring. Literally to the point where I'm drowning in a sea of yawns. I glance to my side. There she is, on practically the opposite side of the room. My classmate, Satomura, has her notebook open and is matter-of-factly copying down what's written on the board. Man's like flabbergasted that someone actually takes notes. He's like, what? You're writing this down? But why? As I watch her silently, she puts down her pencil like she noticed the weight of my attention and turns to look at me. Our eyes meet. Need something, is what her disapproving gaze seems to say. Nope, nothing in particular. Great. She returns her attention to her notebook. What is it? She turns back again, my attention still focused on her. Nothing really. Okay. Her gaze drops once more to her notebook. I force myself to look somewhere else. It's like we're having a conversation of sorts. This time I turn in the opposite direction, just watching rain fall and paint dry. It's like a parade of colorful umbrellas. It'd be great if the rain would stop before school lets out. I spend the rest of my morning classes lost in thought. Well, fourth period ends, lunch begins. Okay, I'm probably going to end that there, because I don't know, I'm just tired. I don't know how much is left for the demo, but I'm gonna end that there. Stream it again. I don't know if I'll stream it the end of this week. I'll probably stream it either Sunday or Monday. One or the other. I'm not too sure about the time. I'll update it though sometime. Today's what, Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday. So yeah, I'm gonna end the stream there. Thank you to anyone who watched, anyone who popped in. Hopefully the mic settings are okay. I have to adjust them more. I do want to put out like a cover song or something, but I have to adjust my mic settings for that. I have to do new settings. But I want to try put something like that out. Be fun. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm tired. I'm gonna go eat and stuff. So yeah, thanks, and thank you to anyone who popped into my stream. And yeah, bye. Okay, yeah, that's it. Anyways, I have like links below for like art socials, merch, stuff like that. You can check those out. And yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably stream again. I don't know. Like for now, it's gonna be once a week streaming, at least until like early July, which is in 2 weeks. So well, I might stream on Sunday or I'll stream on Monday of next week, either the upcoming Sunday or the upcoming Monday. So one or the other. Anyways, that's it. Bye.